Do you want to hit amazing shots with Hawkeye like this? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can become the one-shot demon that everybody fears but has to respect.
Yeah, boy.
No one is safe from your arrows. Not tanks, not flyers, not even that one sweaty guy that thinks he's untouchable.
Gotcha.
And by the end of this video, you'll be sniping heads from across the map. Be sure to stay till the end for some hidden gems.
Thank you for your patronage.
Target acquired.
Ooh.
Why did you make me do this? You're fighting so you can watch everyone around you die. Think, Mark!
I just want to point out there, I am not the greatest Hawkeye player ever. I am just your average Joe player, right? But these are just some tips, some things that I realized while playing with him that, you know, helped me get my shots more accurate. Like I said, I usually hit around 50 to 60% accuracy. Yo, what is going on, guys? Snapback here. Hope you're having a good one. I'm feeling good. Hope you're feeling good. Y'all know the vibes, man. Y'all know the vibes. And today, I'm going to be showing you how to hit more shots consistently with Hawkeye. He's one of my main, he is my main character for this season. I love bow and arrow characters. They're probably like my favorite thing about games. I love bow and arrow in general, like the type of weapon, I guess you could say. But here, I'm just going to give you guys a couple pointers here because I know for a fact that he is quite difficult to really get the hang of, right? And you have to have the aiming, you have to have the predictability, and you have to know when to shoot, the right time to shoot, right? One thing I want to say is your crosshairs matter quite a bit. Like, let me just show you real quick. Let me go to this. Let me change the hero real quick. There we go. Because I do have another one that I was using with him, which is this one right here. And you have to be like dead on, you know, right? Like in order to hit him, you have to be dead on. I mean, you can, if you want to, you can use something like this. But honestly, in hindsight, when you're in the heat of the moment, it's really tricky to try and narrow down, okay, hey, let me hit this shot real quick, right? I'm gonna try and move around. Let me see, let me move over here real quick, hey, where you guys can, that way you guys can see the difference that I'm talking about, okay? So with this, you have to be dead on, right? Like I have to be, make sure that my crosshair is directly on him. Let's do the flyer. See, like I have to make sure I'm like directly on him. I have to lead my shots just a little bit. Whereas this one, I'm gonna switch back to my other one now. But you have these lines, right, that you can use to kind of help you, guide you when to shoot, right? I'm kind of missing right now, but you know, well, obviously you're gonna get the best value with him just standing, right? Because you're stationary, you have more time to aim and stuff like that. But with this, you see, watch, I'm gonna shoot now, and I will never miss. Watch, I will never miss.
Another one for the good guys.
You see, I'm leading my shots, and you can be directly on them, right? You can be directly on them, or you can be up just a little bit,
We got company.
right?
Please give me a
But you see how I'm waiting? Watch, I'll wait for this guy. Just waiting for him to walk into my crosshairs. That's all you're doing. You're literally just sitting, waiting for them to walk into it. And then the same thing with like these flyers, right? Trying to hit your shots while moving is definitely tricky. That's why practice makes perfect. I'm constantly in this practice range, constantly working on my skills. Because aim is very important. Predicting where the enemy will be is very important. And we can actually move on to that over here. And I'll actually show you guys how I set up my training for when I train with Hawkeye. So generally, there's a lot of flyers in the sky, right? Especially with this season with Ultron being recently added. So you want to practice with either Iron Man, Storm, she's around here somewhere, Storm, and then the Human Torch, and then obviously Iron Man as well if you want. But I usually typically go as Iron Man because there's a lot of people who play Iron Man. I'm one of them. But here, you know, you set it to random, general type. You don't want it fixed. Short, and then here is really important because you see right here on the right side, it tells you short range, mid range, long range, how far they are and stuff like that. And if you really want to hone in your skills to a certain range, right? Like my short range is pretty good now. I kind of want to practice on my medium range, but I'm gonna keep it on short just to show you guys real quick. But you know, this is really good to help with like practicing the ranges. That way you can kind of familiarize yourself with when to shoot, the right time to shoot, because you've kind of been in situations before. You know what I mean? But we're gonna have this one. We're gonna set the dynamic or static to dynamic on. We're gonna have it random, and then we're gonna have it as quick. Okay, and then you can have the timer to 60 or 120. You can keep it on, keep it off, depending on how you want to do it. I typically like to do 60 seconds. Look at the scoreboard to see how well I did, right? So I'll hit enter. That way the saves the parameters of like what I want to do. Right here is how you activate it. But before I activate it, I usually go over here really quick and just set up my team up with Luna, right?
Heads up, back guys.
And then I will also turn on this as well. That way I can just spam it and really get comfortable with using the abilities. So we'll go ahead and jump in here. So we got Iron Man, and you see how he's moving all crazy like, and he's moving up and down all around. You can actually predict this pretty well, right? Because he can only move in one direction for a short period of time. Yes, he can change his direction, but as long as you predict where he's gonna go next, or you know, have a general idea of where he's going to go, you can shoot near it. You know what I mean? And the thing too, a lot of people do is like they're expecting him to go way out here, and I mean he will, but you have to understand how fast his arrow shoots as well. Like that is a key thing, right? Because the further he is, the longer it's gonna take to get to the person, right? So if I want to aim at this guy, I want to kind of do it a little bit further out, just a little bit. Hold on, right? And see, I got 4 that time, so let's see how well I do this time. But you see how he's just moving all crazy. You want to just predict where he's going, right? And you're not gonna always hit him, right? You're not gonna hit every shot that you always shoot. And that's okay. But you literally just want to sit here and practice. Practice his movement. Learn how to adapt. I actually made a mistake here, guys, when I was talking about this part in the video. So what you want to do when you're aiming with Hawkeye and there's somebody moving, you want to move in the same direction that they're moving in, right? So if they're going right, you want to move right. If they're going left, you want to move left. And you want to aim just a little bit next to them. Like, I don't have any footage, unfortunately, but if you aim kind of the same way I've been showing you guys, really close to them and just a little bit to where they're at, right? So if they're moving left and you're aiming left with them, just move the cursor or the aim slightly to the left. I'll show you guys more later in the video. And obviously with these flyers, if you use E or the ability down there, I'll highlight it for you guys in the video. That's a good way to knock them down. And then obviously the team up with Luna is goated, bro. Not only can you shoot through objects like this to get at them, but you can also stun them in the air, right? Watch, I'm gonna try and do it again. All right, hold on. let me aim this time for real. But you see how tricky it is, right? Because I was expecting him to go this way. So let me predict where he's gonna go, right? Oh, I got him unknowingly, right? But you see how I'm aiming like really far out and it's not hitting him? Like, watch. You see that? I'm aiming really far out and it's just coming really close. That's what you don't want to do, okay? What you want to do is you want to be very, very close. And when you're ready to shoot, when you know that he's going to move, that's when you let go, okay? Right? You guys kind of see that? I hope I'm explaining that well enough, because he's such a awesome character to play with. He's super satisfying to play with, especially when you hit your shots. It just feels like it's like super satisfying, I'll say that. But now let's get into some tips for aiming. So if you notice, if I aim straight, the straighter, the longer I hold it down, I should say, right, the straighter it goes, right? If I just tap it, it kind of has this little curve. And if you notice in the middle of my screen, right, where the arrow is coming to an end, it's finishing on the line, the bottom line. I obviously highlighted for you guys in the video and stuff like that, but you know, that's very important, because if you notice at, I don't know, what is this, 10, 20 meters from here, if I aim straight at the head, I'm actually aiming at his body, right? Do you see that? I'm aiming at his PP, you guys. Okay, and that's what we don't want, especially in heated situations. We want to try and get him as low as possible. So the best way to aim for the head when you're just clicking, right? Don't aim directly in the middle, okay? This is what I want you to do. We'll aim like this. Watch, I promise you. See the difference? Okay. Oh, do you see the difference, you guys? So just take that into consideration when you got somebody that's really low and, you know, they're just running around, stuff like that. Just aim with the bottom, right? I'm just gonna move around. I'm literally just aiming with the bottom. And there's actually, I'm gonna show you guys a really easy way to aim when you're just tapping, and you will never miss, okay? So like I said, we'll stay here at 10 meters and we'll just shoot. Right? You see how weak that is? Now we'll do it my way. I guess they kind of do the same damage. I don't know. For me, it's just super hard when I'm aiming just like this, for whatever reason. But when I aim like this,
Another one for the good guys.
watch. Because I use this little corner right here, right? That's how I hit my shots. Because, like I said, if you notice when you shoot it, it goes down towards the end, towards that bottom little thing.
You're too loud. We got company.
So that's kind of why I just been using that, and I've been hitting my shots a lot more. Now let's go back down here. Let's do this again. I'm gonna aim. Now I'm just gonna play, right? And I want you guys just to see how I aim and how I work. Okay?
Please give me a challenge.
Like I said, you're not gonna be able to hit all your shots, but as long as you hit a majority of them, that's all that matters, you guys. Just predicting where they're gonna be, because they can move in an instance, as you can see. That's why the flyers are so hard. But like with practice, like I said, you'll be able to get them. And people become predictable. Like once you're playing for a certain amount of time, you know, you kind of just do the same thing, and you know, there's not much you can do besides just try and change it up, move differently. But most people tend to stick in the same patterns because it's just what they're comfortable with. It's just what they've been doing the entire time. But I got 8. Okay, and that's not too bad, right? I hit a majority of my shots. I don't think I can even see my accuracy. I got 66% accuracy. Okay, so not too bad, right? But you know, as time goes on, as I keep playing with him, as I keep practicing just like this, I'll hit a lot more shots consistently. At this rate, right, 30 meters, if I aim at the head, I'm not hitting the head. But if I aim up at the bottom, I'm hitting it perfect every time.
When you never miss.
Okay, so how I typically aim is like I said, I use this little corner here. You see how his head is in that little corner?
That's 3.
And I always never miss.
Wow, 4 in a row.
Purple's not so funny now,
You know?
is it?
Amazing.
And then if you charge it up and you do the same thing,
6 in a row. Way
Instant headshot. That's literally how I get all of my headshots, you guys. I literally aim it up just like this.
It's too easy when you never miss.
Another big thing to being a good Hawkeye player is knowing to cover, right? Like you want to have good cover and you want to be always looking with your right hand side. You know what I mean? Because your left, you just can't see anything with your left. So you want to be aiming with your right always. And then this is what I mean. So you can see them and they can't see you. So it's kind of like a free kill, right? A free pick in a sense. Because if you can aim just right, and if you can get them just right on the head, and then you go back to cover, easy, right? I'm still working on this. This is literally what he is made for. Okay, guys. You just move out real quick. Get the right shot. You line it up, and then you let go. Right. This lamp is excuse me, guys. That pot was in the way. But you're literally just gonna line it up, right? I'm still kind of new to PC. I kind of have trouble trying to get these controls down here and there, but you know, in a sense, this is what you want to just do, right? You're just peeking, you're lining it up, and then you're coming out for a quick second. Okay, that is super essential to his kit or to his playstyle, because you know obviously they can't see you, right? And then you're able to just quickly get off a headshot and knock them out quickly. But you see, watch, you see how I'm aiming way too far out? That's what you don't want. So you still want to keep it relatively close, right? Like you still want to have the middle of it on the character. But as long as you have that, you know what I mean? Just have that perfect like how I have it. Instant headshot. You see what I mean? Instant headshot. And I'll do this while they're moving as well, just to show you guys.
Yeah, I earned that one.
You see what I mean? Instant. And then if you have really long shots, you want to make sure that you have it charged up all the way, because if you don't, you are going to struggle to, like, wherever you're aiming at, like I said, it's just gonna go like that. Alright, I'm gonna charge it up just a little bit. Right? It's just gonna have that little curve, and that's what you don't want. Okay, so make sure it's all the way charged up. And then you see how I'm just lining them up. I'm just waiting for them. See, that one was charged all the way up, so I didn't kill him all the way.
I am too good at Sonic. Boom!
But yeah, guys, hopefully that helps you guys out with Hawkeye, because he is, like I said, he's such an awesome character, and we just got this free skin for him as well. I absolutely love Marvel Rivals. Like, if I could, I would be a freaking sponsor for them, because I love this game so much. I'm having so much fun with this game than I have with recent games in years. Like, I'm a big Call of Duty fan. I love Call of Duty. I recently got back into Call of Duty a while ago now, but you know, I love this game. I've spent a lot of money on this game when I was employed. If you guys don't know, I'm actually unemployed at the moment. I'm currently job seeking and stuff like that, but I figured I'd just pursue YouTube at the same time with all the time that I have now. If you guys are curious on that, I do have a video. I'll put that somewhere up here if you guys want to see that. But I just want to point out there, I am not the greatest Hawkeye player ever. I am just your average Joe player, right? But these are just some tips, some things that I realized while playing with him that you know, helped me get my shots more accurate. Like I said, I really I usually hit around 50 to 60% accuracy whenever I play with him. Okay. I might be capping on that. I'm probably like 40, 50, maybe 60 sometimes. You know what I mean? We'll go that route just to be safe. But for a majority of the time when I do play with him, I do hit my shots. You know? And like I said, that just comes with playing him more, being patient, knowing when to shoot, the right time to shoot. One really quick tip before I do end it off right here, or end it off soon, is these arrows are your best friend. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. Your little arrows, explosive arrows, these do crazy amounts of damage.
It's too easy when you never
And they never go out as long as you always charge it up. Right? As long as I keep charging it, when I shoot it, I will never run out. And that's what you want anyway, because you want to make sure that you're getting the most accuracy with him. Literally just practice with this character, getting his movement down. Like I said, predicting where characters or enemies will be, very key component to him. I played with a lot of bow and arrow characters in the past, so I kind of have a general idea of how to already play with him. But for a lot of new people who want to play with Hawkeye, want to main Hawkeye, because you know he's a cool character, he's a badass character, and you know you have to have that aim in order to play with him. You know, so it's kind of like that icing on the cake. Like, yeah, I play with Hawkeye, bro. I got that aim. I never miss, face ass. But yeah, guys, this is a quick little just tutorial I thought I'd just throw out there. You know, like I said, just helping the average person out who wants to main Hawkeye and who really likes the character, but you know, does not always hit their shots. Like I said, your reticle is the most important thing, because with this, I never miss, right? I'm constantly leading my shots, and I will never miss, because I know, like I'll show you guys in the video what I mean, why I never miss. And like I said, you're not gonna be able to hit all your shots all the time, right? Unless you're stationary, then that's how you hit a majority of your shots. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention too, flick shooting. Your flick shots. This is a very key important thing if you're like in a tough spot, you're in a sticky situation, right? There's somebody really close to you like this. This is when you wanna flick shot. And flick shotting is just literally your cursor's nowhere on them and you're flicking it, right? Like that. Alright, I'm not the best at this, but you know, practice definitely makes perfect.
Wow, 4 in a row.
triple shot.
And essentially what you're trying to do is just aim for the head really quickly. The way I usually do it is I aim towards their feet and then I slowly go up.
You're too
Right?
loud.
That's how I usually hit my shots. And it's very slim, right? You're not moving up a lot. You're just going up a little bit. Okay? So wherever you're aiming, like wherever you want to aim at,
We got company.
just move up slowly. And the same thing with the flying characters, like it all takes practice, bro. That's why I keep telling you, like, practice makes perfect. Constantly just working on your skills, trying to hit more shots in the practice range. That way you can take them on the field in game and start hitting more shots consistently in game, you know? Because I guarantee if I hop on right now, I'll hit a majority of my shots, a lot more of a majority of my shots than I would if I just didn't hop on and practice. I mean, I would still hit them, obviously, because I've had so much practice with this character. Now that I'm warmed up, I'm nice, I'm ready. I'm like, okay, I got the idea again. I know how to do this. Let's do this. You know what I mean? And honestly, if I'm being completely honest, you'll only have maybe a good like 2 hours of peak Hawkeye gameplay. You know what I mean? Just because it's very stress heavy. You know what I mean? He's a very stress heavy character. You know, obviously, like I said, the more practice you give, the more easy it'll become for you. But like true peak Hawkeye gameplay, you'll get about 2 hours worth, right? And that's just like, you know, you're hitting your shots a lot. You're, you know, making some great plays, you know, doing all the necessary things like you're supposed to. And then after those 2 hours are up, you've been playing for about 8 hours, you know, you're still going to do good. Like, you're not going to be bad. You're just not going to be hitting them as consistently as you were with those first 2 hours you had. You know what I mean? Another thing I know I've said this a lot, but another thing I want to mention before we end the video off is I watched this guy on YouTube. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to mispronounce it, but go check him out. He's honestly how I started hitting a lot more of my shots as well. Just watching his gameplay, watching how he plays, and putting that into my own game, like my own sessions when I play, really helped me out a bunch. So shout out to that guy. I'll leave a link down in the description box below for him, so you guys can check out his videos if you want to get better. And if you guys want to watch me live, I will be live on Kick Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. you know, the live streams are coming. I do have some content coming out within the week as well, on both my 2 channels, on both my gaming channel, which is this channel, and then my separate channel where I do like a bunch of rants and stuff. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll leave links down below. I will leave links down in the description box below as well for that. Yeah, a lot of stuff I've said. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me ramble, but thank you guys so much who stayed and watched the video to the very end. I appreciate you so very much. Hopefully you guys did get something out of this. Hopefully you guys become better players. You know, hopefully, like I said, these tips help you get better, improve your skills, improve your aim. Yeah, guys, hope you guys did enjoy. And with all that being said, I will see you in the next one. Peace.